Hey, everybody, welcome out. This is Darren Boyd from OTR Racing. We're here to take a watch of the Herd Race Series at 5 p.m. Pacific time here. We got a ton of our OTR mates in here. And I've got Mike Robson with me alongside on the microphone. So, welcome, Mike. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Darren.
Cool. So I'm going to take a
Pretty
quick
soon.
look before we get going. We got about a minute to go. I'm going to jump over and look at. If I can set it up right here, I'm going to look at. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to look at the start list. As you can see, we've got a bunch of guys um, in the top rankings here. We've got this Marcus J. Duvall. It's kind of the guy to watch, but then other than that, it's pretty much all OTR racing. I think even this E. Flatter guy is one of our guys, but he doesn't have his team set to us yet. But we've got Brian Huang, Glenn Kempton, Noah, Brian Bishop, Tan Guan, who's one of our new guys, Craig Northaway, Tim Rush is kind of our designated sprinter and the guy that has the the most to gain on the series as far as points, and we are off. So watching Noah here, and they are out of the pen. Looks like we've got great representation right up front here.
Yeah, Darren, I'm watching Tim right now. He's in the top 15, doing 300 watts, about 4.5 kilograms, or 4.5 watts per kilogram. So definitely a spirited start, but nothing that we're not used to, right? It's always a hard 90 seconds in these things.
Absolutely. Yep. If you're not aware, these Swift race starts are pretty brutal. I kind of liken them to a pro cyclocross race.
Yeah, the elephant in the room in this race is the one time up the KOM, which is double digit climbing, no drafting, no hiding. So I think we got quite a few people that can get up over that one. Glenn and Craig for sure. I don't know the other guys well enough to know who else can get over it, but yeah, if Tim can get over that and can get a good lead out, he certainly could win it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Glenn's there. Craig's always good, is always a great climber. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yep, absolutely. So we're heading north in the park here. This route circumvents all of the roads on the ground level of Central Park in New York, and then about halfway through, when we're down on the very south end of the park, then we head up for the loop of the KOM, and then we come back down and make another loop of the park and finish at the normal New York finish line with the little kicker hill for the last 250 or so meters. So looks like we got a pretty big group going here, maybe 30, 35 guys, something like that. Definitely got.
Yeah, I'm just going through and giving people ride-ons right now. It's funny. Whenever I'm watching this course, I don't know New York well enough to really comment. Darren and I did this race earlier today, and I recognized bits and pieces, but it is a lumpy course.
Yeah, pretty much never flat. Looks like we got Patrick Schaefer in here too. I'm thinking in his typical WTRL Dayglow yellow kit. So
Yeah,
everybody,
nice
and
to see Patrick in here.
the Duke is back for another 32 minutes of pain after taking second earlier today in the race that we covered at noon. interesting note on the Duke that I
Yeah.
thought of between races is that just like maybe 3 weeks ago, he was a victim of the OTR train in our Saturday herd race that went up the Epic KOM and got a hard lesson in the team tactics of OTR and promptly joined the team and now is taking advantage of that and put together an excellent second place, only missing the win by a couple meters at the finish there today. So kind of a cool story about the Duke there.
Yeah, I was recording that race. That was Brian Huang was in top form back then, and we had Brian off the front and good old Duke there, surrounded by 5 other OTR racers. And I was going to joke at the beginning of this, but we could call this series the OTR series. We have so many guys racing and doing well.
Yeah. So here's our first little kicker climb. We're about almost 4K in, and this is the first little separator. We get a decent little climb here, and then it makes a left-hand turn, and it actually gets pretty steep for a couple hundred meters. So this is going to spread things out. And then I just noticed something interesting. It looked like one rider went right at the last intersection and didn't stay with the pack, and I think it was an OTR rider. So Zwift is up to its old antics and sent somebody on the wrong course, it looks like. So we'll probably hear about that afterward.
Surprisingly together, right, Darren? Like earlier today, the race was broken up by now.
Yeah, it definitely.
And I guess we'll see what happens after this.
Definitely got a big long string. I'm guessing after we crest this, we're gonna probably have a group established here. Yeah, as you can see, we're starting to get some breaks. So I'm gonna whip around so I can see. So it looks like we maybe have a dozen guys that are making the front break. Glenn's pushing the front here.
Yeah, Neil was digging going up it too. Neil, Glenn. I'll tell you one thing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't drag Patrick around. I'm a fan of Patrick when he races on our when he races on our TTT teams, but he races for a different team in these events. So
yeah.
He's pretty good at drafting, and he can haul ass up a steep climb. So they need to be mindful of that guy.
Yeah, and he definitely has made this front split as well. So, got a new guy. Trying to remember. Yeah, it's Frank Lucarelli. It's just literally in the last couple of days joined OTR. He's made this front group, and then Tan Gawan from Malaysia. Actually, he's on the front now on the purplish Tron bike with the blue cap. Frank, our new OTR boy, is on his wheel in the non-Lafuga kit. He's in like a brownish gray kit with an orange cap. Tim's made this split, so that's good.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how many people we've met from other parts of the world doing this, Darren?
Yeah, crazy.
We got Glenn from New Zealand. Heck, you're from what do you call it? Utah, in the middle of what is that? The United States?
Yeah, I'm in Utah, Salt Lake City.
Little humor crept in there.
Yeah. So. God's country here.
He's sitting at 5,000 feet. So whenever we do these races, I giggle to myself because I'm at sea level.
Yeah, I'm definitely oxygen depleted at some points on this stuff. So a few guys, stragglers trying to come on, it looks like.
Yeah, we got a guy off the front from us. Is that Neil up there? 3 seconds
that's
off
Neil.
The front?
That's Neil trying to soften everybody up, yeah.
The key is that... if Neil's going, we got to get this Frank guy to stop chasing. Neil and Tan, do not chase teammates down.
I am not seeing that A+ rider in here that was the rumored.
That's all right. There's nothing else we got to make. There's a couple WTRL guys in here.
Yep.
And it's like I said, there's one thing I hate, Darren. It's teammates chasing teammates.
Yep, that's the truth.
So there we go. He's at 5. They're at 3. I think Noah must have yelled at him.
Yeah. They're definitely on Discord, at least the lion's share of them. And
Good. Good.
looks like
Good.
Brian Huang has missed the split. Looks like he's leading the chase group. They're about 20 seconds back.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah,
They'll
so
never
that's
see
going
him
to be
again.
over.
Never see him again. But I'm watching Neil. He's rocking along at 350, 166 heart rate. So he's got a 4-second gap now. This is pretty legit. Make Patrick chase, I say.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Nice teamwork, guys. They definitely figured it out, so that's great. This is absolutely great. This is what you want to do every race. Have somebody go along and make and just sit on everybody else doing it. Perfect.
So we're making our way down the west side of the park. We're going to go straight here and go through the secondary sprint, the sprint line. So we have a little bit of a kicker coming up, and then a little bit of a downhill to the sprint line.
Yeah.
Looks like Neil's got a 5-second go.
He's doing great, man. He's doing so great. This guy from Inc. is going to try to bridge up to him right now.
Yeah, this Ryan's Camp guy, he's orange numbers. Looks like Brian Bishop just took off after him.
Yep. Everybody's just gonna follow his wheel. Thank you, sir, for dragging us up. Yeah, I remember earlier today, they're going a lot harder now than they were in that earlier race.
Yeah, lots of orange numbers.
We were watching this.
I'm watching Tim. So Tim's onto these front 4 too. This could literally be a legitimate 4-man break here with a little bit of group chasing on. So we'll see if it remains split. Come on, Tim. Let's
I'm watching.
Get on that wheel. Oh,
sorry, I got the whatchamacallit, the drone going. Yeah, they're all coming back.
Yeah, they all just drug back together.
Oh, all good. Made somebody work. Here we go. Who's coming through now? Who's that attacking off the front?
So we're going to make the
Brian,
turn here.
Or is it Kevin?
That's actually a new guy, Tan Guan, the guy from Malaysia I mentioned earlier. So
he may have just been he may have overshot it because he shut it down pretty quickly.
And so here we are, headed onto the climb. So this is the business end of this race for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see who has the.
This is no joke.
Yeah, this
joke.
This thing is not my favorite cup of tea right here. Let me tell you. Interesting. I read today that there's a hack for this, that you can actually make these roads opaque, because some people riding on these roads that have like the whatever they call the fear of heights and stuff, it kind of freaks them out. So they came up with a hack that you can like make these roads not transparent, because people were a little bit freaked out about it. So
wait a minute. You're telling me that people are freaked out of riding in a game of heights?
Yeah, exactly. It was actually making people kind of wig out because of just seeing the through. So
maybe their TV is too big.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly. Or they're in the virtual reality goggles or something, right? So
not to cut you off, man, but here it goes.
Patrick's here it goes. It's definitely springing out.
Glenn and Bishop with them. Hopefully we can make this more than. Actually, I'll take Glenn. Glenn and Patrick is a good duo.
Yeah, Patrick on the front. Glenn chasing him down. Noah not too far behind.
Nice thing about Glenn too. Oh, sorry. The nice thing about Glenn, if he sticks with Patrick, is he doesn't have to do any work. He can sit in there and say, I got 10 teammates behind me that will lead me out. Why would I bother working with you other than to neutralize your work?
Absolutely.
Right?
Brian,
so that's good.
Brian Bishop just rode up to Noah's wheel. And then Mike Christensen is not too far behind. We actually got a pretty good group right there behind
Five
coming up.
seconds off the front. Patrick's definitely going all in on this.
Yeah, he's
Glenn
six.
did a workout yesterday and he won earlier, but I don't think Patrick's going to be able to stay away. We watched this earlier today, and one rider trying to go to the finish. Patrick is no disrespect to Patrick, but he is no lactic threshold monster.
No, and he's, as you
He's a good
mentioned
VO2
before,
guy,
he
but
really
they're going to
likes
bring,
he really likes to be in a pack on the flats. So he is not gonna
yeah,
he's not gonna excel out on his own in front with this big of a strong guy group chasing him down.
yep.
So it's
No,
like
this is good.
Tim is just a few seconds off of these other chasers. He's about
Yeah, I think
7 seconds off of Noah, and Noah is about 6 seconds off of Glenn and 15 off of Patrick.
yeah. Patrick got 9 seconds on Glenn right now, but
Yep.
my guess is that it'll all come back before the finish. So we got this one little kicker right here before it flattens out and starts going downhill. But if we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, I'm guessing that everybody 5 seconds within Glenn will catch on to Glenn, and they can all start working together, and they'll bring back Patrick.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what Patrick does, because if I were him, I wouldn't be pedaling that hard up the hill, which he's not, I guess, and I would just wait for the group. I'd hate to burn myself out just to get caught. And as we watched this race earlier, it's not an easy go to the finish either.
No, there's still a lot of rollers, and
Yep.
so it looks like the WTRL guy has made a go, and that
So he's
actually
going
may
to
be.
catch up. Actually, yeah, if that works out, that's actually not bad tactics by WTRL, because Glenn
Well,
has got to
actually,
wait for Noah and what's Christensen's first name?
Mike.
Mike Christensen. Like if he can catch on, then we'll all have numbers, and then we'll have this ink guy too.
Well, and I think actually this Diamando guy that's showing WTRL, he actually just joined us. So I think he might be one of those guys that's going to do the combination WTRL ride.
Yeah.
So I
So
think
he's like Patrick. He's
exactly,
he's
yeah.
both. He rides for WTRL, but he'll race for us in the TTTs and whatnot. But my guess is if he's wearing that kit, he's flying the flag for them.
Right. So it looks like him and Noah are together, and they're about 2 seconds off of Glenn, and then a couple guys 4 seconds back, and then there's a little group 15 seconds back with Bishop.
All right, here come the two guys coming up to Glenn. That'll be good. Hopefully they can catch Glenn going downhill. That way Glenn can sit in, because he's definitely the guy with the kick. The question is that so this second WTRL guy doesn't have to work. So he's the one that we got to be careful of. Hopefully we can get another OTR guy, so that if we're going to be sacrificing people, because Noah's, I think, in the series, so I think that so we got two guys that may or may not be interested in working together, plus a guy who's not going to chase down his teammate unless he does, right?
Exactly. It looks like Patrick still has about 9
back.
seconds. These three are together now, and it looks like Patrick's still got 8. Now it's down to 8 seconds. Patrick's still plugging. Yeah, Patrick's plugging along at 4 to 5 watts per kilogram, but
he can. Yeah, just knowing him from his TTTs, Patrick's my boy. I like him. But knowing Patrick, he can pedal hard going uphill, but he can't consistently do hard efforts. So I can see him up in the distance.
Yep.
So they'll catch him.
Yeah, but it looks like that group behind is working hard to try to reel these guys in too. They've actually brought it down to about 9 seconds. That Mike Christensen and there's a INC, that INC guy. Mike's trying to hang with him. It looks like based on the rider list.
Yeah, there's gonna have to be some sacrifice in there, but we got so many guys. I'm surprised to see Bishop back 28 seconds. I guess he rode 3 hours this morning. That's a long day.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know what this other WTRL guy, but he's getting is he gonna go?
He's
Nice.
doing big
Oh, there you
numbers, so
go.
he's chasing Patrick down. They've got it down to six
Yeah.
seconds. So yeah, he's
My
chasing
guess
his
is that they're
teammate down.
talking. They're,
Yeah.
they're talking, and Patrick's like, "Come help me!
Yeah.
I don't want to do this all by myself." Well, nice job. What's this guy's name? Armando. Nice job, Amado. Nice job, Amado.
Uh,
This is a pretty good 2-on-2.
yeah, it should make for an interesting final.
Yeah, the question is, I don't know. Like I've heard they got a ringer on WTRL. I wonder if this guy's that sprinter that I've heard about. Because Patrick's got a kick too, and Patrick's a good hard sprinter. Because nobody sits in like Patrick can.
Exactly.
So hopefully Glenn doesn't do too much work either. What's going on behind now? Looks like that effort to catch up to Patrick gap the guys off the back. There's one guy 17 seconds away, but now that this group of four, I think this group of four is the race. What do we got? 9 kilometers to go. I'm looking
yeah,
back.
just about that. So I actually dropped back. There's a group here with Tim. Got a pretty good chase group, and they're about to get on to one more. Let me see who that might be. So yeah, we've actually got a pretty good chase group now. There are 6 or 7 guys that all just came together, and like almost all of them are WTRL. So there's Bishop, that Tanguan, Frank Lucrelli, Mike Christensen, and Tim is on with those guys. And then that INC guy. So those guys working together, they are only 19 seconds off of the 4-man lead group. So this can be an interesting final 7 or 8 kilometers. So we'll have to keep a close eye and see how that gap develops. But
Yeah.
they definitely have numbers, so they have the possibility if they work together well, they can bring this group down. The question is are the OTR guys going to chase down their teammates up front?
Yeah, that's a good question. Patrick isn't going to do anything, I don't think. I wouldn't ride too hard. Like I worry about Glenn. He's putting up big numbers here. I think that it would take. I think OTR would have to stop racing for the other OTRs to catch, because there's just too much distance in there. 19 seconds just ain't going to happen.
Yeah, I mean it might not be a bad idea to pull Tim up here.
Yeah,
so that he has
the
a go
problem
at
is
it. But
Noah's not going to let Glenn go, because Noah's in the series. So you have the series dynamic, and then Glenn just wants to win. But this going over the top thing is what I worry about too, because now Patrick's going again, and Glenn and Noah just kind of neutralized each other.
yeah, Patrick's only pushing low 4s though, so he's not doing a hard attack.
Yeah,
I think he probably sees that gap coming down. That gap's down to 13 seconds now. The guy's behind. But it doesn't look like they're putting out big numbers either. So,
interesting race. Like I said, 2-on-2.
Yep, could be really interesting, especially if those guys get organized behind Bishop and Christensen. Looks like maybe Bishop and Christensen are breaking away from that group, which.
Yeah, they got 3 seconds on
the rest.
Like Tim, if Tim's gonna sprint, Tim's gotta chill, right? We got 7K to go.
Yep.
So But Tim's at 0.03 watts. I guess they're going downhill. Good. Okay. I like seeing Glenn doing more like what he's doing now. There's just not that big of a rush, and OTR has got the numbers coming up. So why kill yourself when you just can potentially get a nice strong lead out from 4 guys, right?
Yep, exactly.
But this is good, man. This is fun.
Yeah.
So you got any plan for the rest of the weekend, Darren?
Not too much. Just kind of taking it easy. We just got doing some stuff around the house, so just kind of working out. I got somebody coming over and helping me build a bunk bed for the grandkids tonight. So
Right on.
got the domestic duties going. So it's been kind of a whirlwind. We just had carpet installed, so we've had to tear apart the whole house and put it all back together over the last week and a half. So
Yeah, I just refinanced my house. I got a 2% loan, Darren, for 15 years.
good grief, that's
Can
awesome.
you believe how low that is?
Yeah, I know, especially for guys our age. I remember the first house I bought, I was like ecstatic to get 8%. So,
I know, man. I bought this one at 7,
yeah,
and this will get my house paid off when I'm 64.
yeah, that's awesome.
I almost took some money out to do some remodeling, but then I decided I didn't want to.
So here's the big
No,
downhill that they climbed earlier. And
why
so
is Glenn saying Noah?
interesting.
I
I think those guys are all on Discord together. So
I know they totally are. There we go, Noah again. Yeah, it's interesting to see. I like that Glenn is the best defense is being offensive going up the steep climbs, so he can't get jumped. And if they're going to jump him, they're going to have to be doing more than 6 watts a kilogram. So Glenn's in sweet shape right now. Noah, I guess as Noah's going to ride defensively because he wants to get a place in the just for the overall.
and it looks like our chase group's still 17 seconds back. So a lot less likely they're going to be able to do anything with that now at this point.
Here's another steep kicker, 9%. I forget how far this goes.
This is pretty short. This is like a 1-minute climb, and then we make the right hand turn and go back across the park.
I wouldn't be surprised if Patrick puts the hammer down or somebody puts the hammer down on this.
Yeah, Patrick's on the front now going over 5, so it looks like everybody's kind of in the same boat. Not quite orange numbers, but everybody's putting out over 5, so I'll just...
It's funny, I'm watching Glenn. For Glenn to be at 4.5, it's only 250. And that's from a guy that weighs 68 kilograms.
Yeah, I'm guessing all 4 of these guys are probably not the heaviest guys in the shed.
No. Noah and Glenn are both about 60, 62 kilograms. Patrick's my size.
Yeah, Noah's under 200 watts for all of this that I've been seeing.
Yeah, it looks to me like that they're racing for a sprint now. I don't think that they care. Glenn's for sure got the power to go with any attack that these 2 guys from WTR can do. Glenn's pushing some power up the hill, but he just takes advantage of his size, which is good. But like you said, the biggest guy is probably Patrick, and he's 60, 68, 70 kilograms.
Yeah, if that, right? So,
yeah.
And still, chase group floating 17 seconds back, so it's pretty much a Mexican standoff when it comes to that at this point.
I don't know if that's politically correct,
It's probably
but
not, but who cares, right?
yeah.
Anyway.
But I do like that phrase from Inglorious Bastards. Ah, good times.
Yeah, this is kind
I
of
think
just
the
the.
biggest guy is this D'Amato. He's doing at 4.5. He's at 367. So my guess is that he's the big boy of the group. I also noticed that he's got his own kit on. Does WTRL have more than one kit?
I don't think so. Yeah, I noticed that he doesn't match Patrick, even though he's got some of that same day glow. It's not an actual WTRL kit. He's got WTRL in his tag, but he's the guy that just jumped onto Discord a little bit ago and said I might join you guys, and here he is in the top 4. So
Good. Well, he is a badass
yeah, yeah.
per
I
his
couldn't find
tag.
him. I glanced at the rider list real quick, and I couldn't find him in the rider list to look at his stats. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let me try a click.
Probably a TTTer. It's good to get those guys. Like, I'm going to lose all my points here pretty soon. And while we're talking, we're rapidly getting near the end of the race.
Yeah, we're only
I think we got one
two and a
more
half
kicker,
K.
right?
So this is the last little kicker on the run south, and then we got a nice long downhill, and then we make the left-hand turn across the park, and then the final 500 or 600 meters heading back north. So yeah, just a little over 2K to go here.
And we're talking. Good on you. Good on you, Glenn. Yep. Now it's the racist, the slowest of the fast. We'll see who can bluff. I wonder if somebody will attack just to see if they can get away while everybody looks at each other.
I'm going to try to, once these guys cross the line, I'll try to switch back to that chase group that's got Tim in it. So Tim's racing for 5th place at this point. Hopefully those guys can help orchestrate getting him at least the best possible finish.
Maybe Noah's leading it out.
Yeah, he's just kind of rolling at 165 watts though, so he's definitely not. I'm actually focusing on Noah, so
Yeah, I got Glenn. It'll be interesting to see who's got what power up too. Let Noah go.
So here we go, crossing, making a left here to cross the park. These guys are all just fingers in their nose at
Yep.
a couple
Yeah,
watts per
this
kilogram.
is a good setup because it's uphill. So anybody attacks, you can get a gap, and it's not that easy to close it down. It's not like it's a total arrow finish. This is one that you can attack from 500 meters and hold it.
Yeah,
right?
A bit of a roller here, and yeah, and then we get a good.
Go and let us sprint. There goes Noah. Little collusion going on here.
Yeah, not sure what. I guess since they got Patrick, they're kind of trying to keep him.
They're not playing along. They wanted to let Noah go, and the other guy chased him. So now Glenn's got. Here we go.
Looks like Noah's got it.
Glenn's coming up on Patrick. Noah's gonna win. That's pretty cool. Come on, Glenn. Go, 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 go. Oh shit, they're gonna.
Oh, is Patrick gonna catch it? Oh boy, I don't know. That was really close. I'm not sure. I'm gonna bounce back and see how the second group. Oh, and then Tim is just rolling up to the line in P5. So Tim actually broke away from that group and finished solo in P5.
Yeah,
So
good on
nice
him.
work, Tim. And then Brian and the other guys just coming across the finish. So nice work, boys. That was pretty good race. A little more dynamic than your average Zwift race. So thanks for tuning in, and maybe we'll catch you on the next time. Thanks for joining, Mike. You have a good Saturday evening.
You too, brother. Nice job, OTR.
Yep. All right, guys. Signing off. Thanks. Cheers.